So quick question, are you bored yet? Hopefully not, but many of us are finding ourselves with a lot more time on our hands. So hopefully you've been able to pick up some old hobbies or maybe find some new hobbies that you would enjoy. You know, they said that you always should find something you like doing in your spare time and make that your profession. But for today's devotion, I want to take that and sort of twist it a little bit. I challenge you to find what you're doing in your spare time and make that your ministry. You know, when Jesus was asked what the greatest commandment was, he said it was to love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, your mind, and your strength. And when we hear this, we think it means to love God with everything that we've got. And you're right, it does. But if you go and you actually do a word study on each of these words, you find something really interesting. We find that we are called to love God with our thoughts, with our skills, with our passions, with our talents. We're to love God every way that he has wired us. But for some reason, we have a really hard time putting our passions and skills and hobbies with how we minister and share the gospel with others. So if you're having a hard time following me, let me share something that God has done in my life. I love video games, but I didn't always use them as a ministry to help others and share Christ. And it's really been amazing to see what God does when I gave those over to him. He has opened all sorts of doors and arranged all sorts of meetings with people I never imagined or would have otherwise had an opportunity to meet if it wasn't through video games. I mean, I have had people all over the world seek me out because they know I'm a pastor now, and they ask me for prayer or advice, and sometimes it's just to talk. I've even been able to lead people to Christ through video games. And it's absolutely amazing what God can do and what God can use when you love God with your hobbies and your passions. So that's my challenge to you, is to pray that God will spark your enthusiasm for missions and his gospel, but to do it through your hobbies. You know, in the book of Haggai, in the very end of the first chapter, God, the Holy Spirit, he sparks enthusiasm for a few people to start rebuilding the temple, and he can do the same for you. You never know. Maybe this time away from everything was sort of God waking you up and stirring something inside of you so that you're able to share his gospel with more people more efficiently and more effectively than you are right now. So you get out there, you enjoy this time God has gifted you with, and ask him how you can serve him better with the gifts and the passions that he's given you, starting now, but especially when our normal returns. And if you decide to take this challenge, I ask that you let me know how it goes. Email me, write me, call me, text me, however you choose. I just want to know what God is doing in your life because I know he'll answer that prayer, and I can't wait to hear how God starts using your gifts for his glory.